Morning students, welcome to class 12 chemistry. In this session we will discuss about important topic, that is Nernst equation. And what is the main importance of this Nernst equation? So, effect of electrolytic concentration. Effect of electrolytic concentration and temperature on electrode potential So effect of electrolytic concentration and temperature on electrode potential. So how this concentration and temperature affects the electrode potential value? Already you know about standard electrode potential. When an electrode potential is said to be standard electrode potential, if it is measured under standard conditions, that is 298 Kelvin temperature, 1 molar concentration of an electrolyte and 1 atmospheric pressure. Under these conditions, if any electrode potential of an electrode is measured, that is considered as standard electrode potential. Suppose if we change the temperature or concentration of the electrolyte, if we change the temperature or concentration of electrolyte, definitely electrode potential will change. So this, how it changes, can be explained through Nernst equation. So before going to derive this one, actually while applying Nernst equation, electrode potential is always expressed in terms of reduction potential. Always expressed in terms of reduction potential. So electrode potential is always expressed in terms of reduction potential. So now for that, consider an electrode reaction. So in any Nernst equation, we have to take electrode potential in terms of reduction potential value. So consider an electrode reaction. Here Mn plus aqueous plus N electrons gives rise to M, metal, that is in solid state. So the electrode potential at any concentration measured with respect to hydrogen electrode. Generally, if you want to measure electrode potential, you have to take hydrogen electrode into consideration. So the formula is given. The electrode potential at any concentration can be measured by using the formula Mn plus, that is electrode potential E is equal to E naught minus, this is standard reduction potential, minus RT by NF into ln of concentration of M divided by concentration of Mn plus in terms of ln. This is the expression used to calculate. What is this expression, students? Electrode potential at any concentration is of a particular electrode, that is E Mn plus by M is equal to E naught. E naught represents standard reduction potential, that is standard electrode potential of a particular electrode, minus RT by NF into ln of concentration of M by Mn plus. So here what is this term indicates? E Mn plus by M. So this term indicates electrode potential under a given concentration. This is an electrode potential under a given concentration of Mn plus ions, and what about this E naught Mn plus by M? This indicates standard electrode potential. What is standard electrode potential? Electrode potential measured under particular conditions: 298 Kelvin temperature, 1 molar concentration of an electrolyte and 1 atmospheric pressure. So that is standard electrode potential, and you already know R represents gas constant, universal gas constant. and temperature, T represents temperature, and F represents Faraday. 1 Faraday, you know, F represents 1 Faraday, that is equal to 96,500 coulombs. F represents 1 Faraday. Now, N, small n represents in that number of electrons involved in electrode reaction. Number of electrons involved in an electrode reaction. Number of electrons involved in an electrode reaction, that is N. So, one more point you have to remember, in case of pure solids, if it is a pure solid, pure solids or pure liquids or pure gases. So if that is in case of pure solid, liquid or gases at 1 atmospheric pressure, at 1 atm pressure. So for pure solids, liquids or gases at 1 atmospheric pressure, molar concentration of a pure solid, liquid or gas is always taken as unity. Taken as unity means 1. The concentration is equal to 1. That is very important point. If it is in pure solid state, liquid or gaseous state at 1 atmospheric pressure, molar concentration is always taken as unity. That point you have to follow. Now let us apply that formula. So clearly if you write E is equal to EMF of the cell, E is equal to E naught. E naught means standard electrode potential minus RT by NF into ln of concentration of M by concentration of Mn plus. Okay students, so first you write the main equation, and how to we can write in other manner. See, according to the previous case, concentration of M is always taken as unity. Concentration of M is always taken as unity because M is a pure solid. M is a pure solid in that equation. So concentration of metal in a pure solid state is always taken as unity. Then the equation becomes E is equal to E naught minus RT by NF into ln of, you can write it as 1 by concentration of Mn plus into 1 by concentration of Mn plus. So here if you substitute R value as 8.314 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse and Faraday value 96,500 coulombs, and temperature you have to take 298 Kelvin temperature. If you apply here, then the equation is reduced to E is equal to E naught minus 0.0591 by N into log of 1 by concentration of Mn plus. So I think you understood this is E is equal to E naught minus 0.0591 by N into log of 1 by concentration of Mn plus. So this is the main equation involved here. This is the main equation involved here. Now next I am keeping EMF of the cell for a general electrochemical reaction. For a general electrochemical reaction. So how to calculate this? We can derive this one. So electrode potential and EMF of the cell depends mainly on the nature of the electrode, temperature. So what point you have to remember? Electrode potential, comma, EMF of the cell, EMF of the cell. These two parameters mainly depends upon the, so what factors? Depends on nature of the electrode, temperature, and even concentration of ions. Concentration means activities. Concentration of ions in the solution. Concentration of ions in the solution. So this is the key point, important for objective. So next, now I am deriving it. Consider an equation. Suppose I am considering like this: A into capital A plus B into capital B gives rise to C into capital C plus D into capital D, where here capital A, capital B are reactants, capital C, capital D are products, where small a, small b, small c, small d are stoichiometric coefficients present in a balanced equation. Small a, small b, small c, small d are stoichiometric coefficients present in a balanced equation. So in the previous class in thermodynamics, you might have learned about Gibbs free energy. Gibbs free energy change for the above equation. If you calculate Gibbs free energy change for the above equation, now what happens here? Delta G is equal to, did you remember students this formula, delta G naught plus 2.303 RT into log of you can say last year you might have learned about QC. Last year here n electrons transfer you can take. If it is n electrons transferred in the reaction, here log of QC. You know what is QC? QC represents reaction coefficient. Did you remember or not? Last year, reaction quotient, that is denoted by QC. So what is this QC? You know from that expression what is QC? QC is the reaction quotient for the overall reaction. So you know what is QC value? QC is equal to concentration of C whole power C into concentration of D whole power D by concentration of A whole power A into concentration of B whole power B. So this is a ratio. This is called reaction coefficient. So substitute in that, delta G is equal to delta G naught plus 2.303 RT into log of, in place of QC you can write concentration of C whole power C, concentration of D whole power D by concentration of A whole power A into concentration of B whole power B. So that is the expression. Okay students. Now where delta G represents what in this expression? Explain. Delta G represents Gibbs free energy change of the reaction. Here delta G represents Gibbs free energy change of a reaction. Next, what is delta G naught in this expression? Delta G naught represents standard Gibbs free energy change. Standard Gibbs free energy change. Standard Gibbs free energy change of a reaction, that is delta G naught students. Now you know, did you remember this formula? Delta G is equal to minus NF into E cell. So this one you know, delta G is equal to minus NF in E cell, EMF of the cell. At the same time delta G naught is equal to minus NF E naught of the cell. So under standard conditions. So just you substitute these two expressions in the above equation, then what you are going to get students? Minus NF E cell is equal to minus NF E naught of the cell E naught of the cell plus 2.303 RT into log base 10 into log of concentration of C whole power C, concentration of D whole power D by concentration of A whole power A into concentration of B whole power B. So solve this equation students. So from this you can write E cell is equal to E naught cell minus 2.303 RT by NF into log of base 10, the log base 10 of concentration of C whole power C into concentration of D whole power D by concentration of A whole power A into concentration of B whole power B. E cell is equal to E naught cell. Next, after this, if you substitute all the data in this one, R is equal to 8.314 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse, and temperature 298 Kelvin, and Faraday 96,500 coulombs. So all these terms if you substitute in the above equation, finally you are going to get E cell is equal to E naught cell minus 0.0591 by N to log of concentration of base 10. You can write it as so you can write QC, okay, QC, or you can take concentration of C whole power C into concentration of concentration of A whole power A into concentration of B whole power B. Like this you can write. So this is also one form of Nernst equation only. Okay, students. Now after this, next we can take Nernst equation for EMF of a cell. Nernst equation for EMF of a cell. So how to apply? Normally, let us consider an electrode reaction, that is zinc solid Cu2 plus aqueous gives rise to Zn2 plus aqueous plus copper in solid state. So this is actually, and if you write this one in cell notation, zinc Zn2 plus, here aqueous, salt bridge, Cu2 plus aqueous, you know how to convert, so like this. So this is cell notation. So this is redox reaction, this is redox equation, and this is in cell notation format. You know how to convert both redox form into cell notation and vice versa. So let us apply for this electrode. So here Zn to Zn2 plus. Okay, here Zn is converted to Zn2 plus and Cu2 plus to Cu. Now generally Nernst equation is applicable only for reduction. So that's why I am writing Zn2 plus to Zn. This is EMF, that is E Zn2 plus Zn is equal to E naught Zn2 plus to Zn minus, how you can write here, 0.0591 by N. Here N means, okay, log of products, concentration of products by, so here concentration of Zn2 plus into concentration of copper in solid state by concentration of Zn into concentration of Cu2 plus. So you already know, according to the basic fundamentals, here N value you can take it as 2 because 2 electrons are transferred. Concentration of copper in solid state, pure solid 0. Concentration of zinc in pure solid state, you have to take it as unity. So that is, both the terms becomes unity, and substitute here. E Zn2 plus by Zn is equal to E naught Zn2 plus by Zn minus 0.0591 by 2 into log of concentration of Zn2 plus divided by concentration of Cu2 plus. So like this we will apply. Okay. So if you apply this one, what you are going to get? E cell is equal to E naught cell minus 0.091 by 2. So actually this is the common. Okay, we can't apply like this. Wait, students. Actual expression will be this one. Okay. Oh, sorry, students. Wait. Directly I did. Sorry for the inconvenience. This total we have to erase. I am very sorry. Don't copy this. So first, Nernst equation for EMF of a cell. Again I repeat. Wait. See here. Generally, first you have to consider an equation, redox equation. Zn solid, Cu2 plus aqueous gives rise to Zn2 plus aqueous plus Cu solid. Okay. First you take this equation. So apply for zinc electrode only. You have to apply it for only zinc electrode. If you apply Nernst equation only for zinc, reduction potential Zn by Zn2, reduction potential you have to take Zn2 plus to Zn. Okay, so that is equal to E naught of, here 2 plus, students, Zn2 plus, So here Zn2 plus 2 Zn minus, you have to write like this, 0.0591 by 2 into log of, only for zinc I am writing na. See, this is an actual common redox equation. So first I am applying for what? Zinc electrode. So Zn 2 plus 2 electrons gives rise to Zn. For reduction, because Nernst equation we have to apply only in terms of reduction potentials. So that's why I am applying for this. So E Zn2 plus by Zn is equal to E naught Zn2 plus by Zn minus 0.0591 by N into log of products by concentration of zinc, apply law of mass action, by concentration of, only for this individual equation you have to apply. So then the equation becomes E Zn2 plus by Zn. Only for zinc electrode I am applying Zn2 plus by Zn minus 0.0591 by 2 into log of concentration of zinc in pure state, that is 1 by concentration of Zn2 plus. So you consider this equation as first equation. Now after that, for copper also the same thing. We have to apply only in terms of reduction potential. Copper means Cu2 plus 2 electrons gives rise to Cu. So for this, if you apply the same equation, Nernst equation, E Cu is equal to E naught Cu2 plus Cu minus 0.0591 by N. N means here how many electrons? 2 into log of concentration of Cu by concentration of Cu2 plus. For this one only I have applied. Now you already know concentration of copper, that is equal to 1. So equation becomes E Cu2 plus by Cu, reduction potential of copper, E naught standard reduction potential. This is the reduction potential of copper, standard reduction potential, that is Cu2 plus by Cu minus 0.0591 by 2 into log of, it will become 1 by concentration of Cu2 plus. So this one you can take it as equation 2. Okay students, sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, after this, what is the formula? Main formula, EMF of the cell. EMF of the cell is equal to E cathode minus E anode, that is reduction potential at cathode minus E anode. So here, out of which one is cathode and which one is anode? EMF of the cell, so that is E cell is equal to, so E cathode means copper acts as cathode minus E anode Zn2 plus Zn. Reduction potential of cathode, what is the formula? EMF of the cell, see the formulas list. EMF of the cell is equal to E cathode minus E anode. So reduction potential at cathode minus reduction potential at anode, that formula I applied. So now if you substitute here, E cell is equal to, so in place of this one, first equation, in place of this one I can write E naught Cu2 plus Cu minus 0.0591 by 2 into log of 1 by concentration of Cu2 plus. Okay, minus big one, minus, I am deriving students, minus, you can take log of, minus of E naught Zn2 plus by Zn minus 0.0591 by N into log of 1 by concentration of Zn2 plus. Okay, so after this you do the calculation. E cell is equal to, EMF of the cell E cell is equal to, you can bring all this together, E naught Cu2 plus Cu minus E naught Zn2 plus Zn minus of, take common, 0.0591 by, here I am taking 2, N value 2 na, here also I can take 2. So into, what will get? Log of concentration of Zn2 plus by concentration of Cu2 plus. So solve this one. Just I made it like that, and finally EMF of the cell is equal to, I can take it as E naught cell. So E naught standard EMF of the cell is equal to E cathode minus E anode. This is E cathode and this is E anode. So in this place I can take E naught cell. So E cell is equal to E naught cell minus 0.0591 by 2 into log of, final expression for this. What is the final expression? Concentration of Zn2 plus by concentration of Cu2 plus. Like this you can take. So this is the final expression. So this is important for numericals. For this electrode, E cell is equal to E naught cell minus 0.0591 by 2 the log of concentration of Zn2 plus by concentration of Cu2 plus. So products minus reactants. So for this reaction, see, this is the equation. So what is the actual parent equation? Zn solid plus Cu2 plus aqueous. Directly you can do. Just how you got, I am deriving. Okay. But while doing numericals, don't derive the total thing. This is the actual redox reaction for you. So how to apply? E cell is equal to E naught cell. As it is, you can write 0.0591 by 2 log of concentration of products. Okay, shall I write? Concentration of products divided by concentration of reactants. So okay students, product of the molar QC expression you know how to write. So that is equal to E naught cell. Directly how to do like this while doing numericals. 2 into log of from this concentration of Cu, concentration of Zn2 plus. Okay, these are the products. Molar concentrations of the products divided by molar concentration of the reactants. No need to derive for everything. So through practice, directly you can write the expression like this: E naught cell minus 0.0591 by 2 into log of for copper you can take it as 1. For this term becomes equal to 1 and this term equal to 1. So concentration of Zn2 plus by concentration of Cu2 plus. Like this you will get. Okay students, just I derived. How you got that one? Through thermodynamic concepts we have derived the Nernst equation. So finally this is the key point. Okay students, now next, still note, EMF of the cell depends on concentration of both. What points you have to note? EMF of the cell, E cell, depends on concentration of Cu2 plus as well as concentration of Zn2 plus, on both these concentration. Next, that is the key point. It increases, that means EMF of the cell. EMF of the cell increases. It increases with increase in concentration of Cu2 plus, with increase in concentration of Cu2 plus, and decrease in, very important point for objective, decrease in concentration of Zn2 plus. That is very, very important. EMF of the cell for this electrode reaction, EMF of the cell increases with increase in as a concentration of, because it is minus there, minus log of it is given. So that's why EMF of the cell increases with increase in concentration of Cu2 plus and decrease in concentration of Zn2 plus ions. Okay, that is important point. Next, so I think you understood students. Next one, equilibrium constant from Nernst equation. Equilibrium constant from Nernst equation. So you already know about equilibrium constant. Now consider the same reaction, zinc solid plus Cu2 plus aqueous, Zn2 plus aqueous plus Cu solid. Okay. So at equilibrium what happens students? At equilibrium concentration of concentration remains constant at equilibrium. Do you know that? All measurable properties remains constant at equilibrium. So at equilibrium concentration of Zn2 plus is equal to concentration of Cu2 plus. That implies, so at this equilibrium position voltmeter gives 0 reading. At this equilibrium condition voltmeter gives 0 reading. That is the key point. So both the concentrations remains equal. So voltmeter gives 0 reading at equilibrium. So when the voltmeter gives 0 reading, what happens here? When both the concentrations are equal, when both the concentrations are equal, in brackets, EMF of the cell becomes 0 actually. EMF of the cell becomes 0 because voltmeter is showing 0 reading. So you apply this here. So what is the Nernst equation? Direct equation. E cell is equal to E naught cell minus 0.0591 by 2 to log of concentration of Zn2 plus by concentration of Cu2 plus. So here what happens, students? So at equilibrium, E cell becomes equal to 0. EMF of the cell becomes 0. So here in that expression Kc is equal to, you can write concentration of Zn2 plus by concentration of Cu2 plus, that is nothing but equal to Kc, equilibrium constant in terms of molar concentrations at how much temperature? 298 Kelvin temperature. So you apply these two conditions here, then what you will get? 0 is equal to E naught cell minus 0.0591 by 2 log Kc. What is Kc here? Equilibrium concentration, equilibrium constant in terms of molar concentration. So from this you will get E naught of the cell, standard EMF of the cell, standard electrode potential E naught cell is equal to 0.0591 by 2 into log Kc. Okay. So this is very important formula for numericals at equilibrium condition. That is the relation between E naught of the cell and the log Kc. So Kc values can be calculated by using E naught cell values. Okay students, this is the relation. So through graph also I can show something for you here. If you plot the graph between reduction potential versus progress of reaction, reduction potential versus progress of reaction. See, actually for oxidation half reaction it will be like this, for reduction of reaction it will be like this. So both becomes constant here. So this is this point where, this is the point where this line, straight line you will get, and this is called equilibrium point. This is called equilibrium point. Both oxidation, this is the graph for reduction half reaction. For reduction half reaction, so the reduction potential value will decrease like this. So this is curve indicates oxidation half reaction. So for this the curve will rise like this and both will meet, and this straight line indicates equilibrium point. So at equilibrium, this is a equilibrium condition. So Kc values can be calculated if you know E naught cell. E naught cell values can be calculated by using Kc. So this is important, students. Next, EMF of hydrogen electrode. EMF of hydrogen electrode in different concentrations of H plus ions. In different concentrations of H plus ions. Keep heading this one, very important for objective. So you know hydrogen electrode reduction. If She acts as cathode, She means standard hydrogen electrode acts as cathode. 2H plus 2 electrons gives rise to H2 gas at 1 atm pressure, and platinum is the electrode. So for this, if you apply Nernst equation, E cell is equal to, you can apply E naught cell minus 0.0591 by 2 into log of, here hydrogen you have to express it in terms of partial pressures because it is not molar concentration. So P hydrogen at 1 atmosphere divided by concentration of H plus whole square. Okay, this is the expression, Nernst equation we have applied for this She. So you know for She, in case of She, standard hydrogen electrode, what is the standard? E naught cell value is equal to 0. Already you know that point. So then E cell is equal to 0 minus 0.0591 by 2 log of So this one pressure at 1 atmosphere, now you can take 1 by concentration of H plus whole square. Okay students, now E cell is equal to, this can be written as minus 0.0591 by into, here what you can write, into log of, this can be written as H plus ion whole power minus 2, whole power minus 2. Okay, then final expression becomes, you apply E cell is equal to minus 0.0591, here by 2 is there now, so by 2 into minus 2 into log H plus, okay, this one 2 gets cancelled. So be careful here, keep that minus like that only. Minus log HF, you already know pH is equal to minus log of H plus ion concentration base 10, right? Now substitute there. So final expression becomes E cell is equal to minus 0.0591 into pH. This is final expression. This is the relation between pH and E cell. E cell is equal to minus 0.0591 into pH. That is the formula. Okay, substitute this. How to substitute this pH expression in this? We'll get it. So E cell is equal to minus 0.0591 into pH. So that is the important thing what you have to remember. Next, all these are very important for numericals. So electrochemical cell and Gibbs energy of the reaction. Already you got this one. Cell, electrochemical cell and Gibbs energy of the reaction. Gibbs energy of the reaction. So very important derivation. So you already know in a cell reaction, so if you take any cell reaction, in that cell reaction electrical energy is produced, right? In any cell reaction electrical energy is produced. A chemical energy is converted to electrical energy. So now if electrical energy is produced, apply first law of thermodynamics. Applying first law of thermodynamics. So if I apply first law of thermodynamics, there is one relation here. Electrical work done by the system. Electrical work done by the system is equal to, electrical work done by the system is equal to decrease in free energy. Very, very important. Decrease in free energy. Electrical work done by the system is equal to decrease in free energy. So during electrolysis, generally what happens? Electrical energy is applied, which results in corresponding increase in free energy of the system. So generally during electrolysis, what happens? During electrolysis, electrical energy is supplied. Electrical energy is supplied, which results, what happens if electrical energy is supplied, which results in increase of free energy of the system. Free energy of the system, that is a key point. So electrical work done on the system. So from this we can say electrical work done on the system is equal to, electrical work done on the system is equal to increase in free energy. Increase in free energy. So this is second equation. By the system is different from on the system. Work done by the system and electrical work done on the system. So in case of electrochemical cell, electrical work done is equal to electrical energy produced. Electrical work done is equal to electrical energy produced. Electrical work done is equal to electrical energy produced. So after that, electrical work done is equal to, you can write electrical work done is equal to quantity of electricity flowing in the circuit, quantity of electricity flowing into EMF. That is a relation. Electrical work done is equal to. So here you can write electrical work done is equal to NF into E cell. So E cell means EMF, E cell means here EMF, and quantity of electricity flowing means you can take NF, N Faraday, NF. So here in place of quantity of electricity flowing you can take NF, and EMF means EMF of the cell. So electrical work done here, decrease in free energy, you can take this, in this place you can take minus delta GR. Decrease in free energy of the reaction is equal to NF into E cell. That is the relation. NF into E cell. In this manner you got, this is one equation, this is, in this Gibbs free energy change of reaction, this is, so from this you can write delta GR is equal to minus NF E cell. So this is important for objective. So what is delta GR represents here? Gibbs free energy change of a reaction. Gibbs free energy change of a reaction. Next, in the same manner, if the same equation is applied at standard conditions, if the same equation is applied under standard conditions, delta G naught R is equal to NF into, I can take E naught of the cell. So this is also important, students. So here in this expression, E naught cell represents standard EMF of the cell. That is EMF of the cell measured under standard conditions. Standard EMF, normal EMF of the cell is different from standard EMF of the cell, and delta G naught R represents standard Gibbs free energy. Standard Gibbs free energy change of a reaction. Standard Gibbs free energy change of a reaction. That is a key point. So these formulas, in this manner we got it. So we know already E naught of this cell is equal to RT by NF into ln Kc. So this can be written as, this is E naught cell of the cell. See here above you can take this one as first equation. So this one you take it as first equation, and this one you can take it as second equation. So from 1 and 2 equations you can write one thing, minus delta G naught R is equal to NF into RT by NF into ln Kc. Substitute that, you will get this type. Then finally you will get delta G naught R is equal to minus RT, this NF gets cancelled, this term and this term gets cancelled, minus RT ln Kc. So very important, students, IIT students, very important, is equal to finally minus RT ln Kc. So after this, you know ln Kc can be written as, ln Kc is equal to 2.303 log Kc. Convert natural logarithm into normal logarithm, that is the relation. So substitute here, delta G naught R is equal to minus 2.303 RT log Kc. I think you did numericals basing on this. In this manner you will get it. Actually last year we have to say, but after this is interrelated, both concepts. So minus delta G is always equal to W maximum. Maximum work done. Decrease in free energy is equal to the maximum work that can be obtained from the cell. That is the relation. Decrease in free energy is equal to the maximum work that can be obtained from the cell. That is important. So one more point, EMF of a cell is an intensive property. EMF of a cell is an intensive property, but delta G R is an extensive property. So very important point for objective. In that equation, EMF of the cell is an intensive property, delta GR is an extensive property. Delta GR is an extensive property and its value mainly depends upon number of electrons transferred. So this is an extensive property. This value mainly depends on number of electrons transferred. Okay, that is very important, students. Next, you can have variation of EMF of the cell with temperature. Variation of EMF of the cell with temperature. So you know already Gibbs-Helmholtz equation. Once refer thermodynamics notes. Gibbs-Helmholtz equation. What is that equation? Delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. Already you know this relation. So from this you can write delta G is equal to delta H minus. So here delta S, be careful here with delta S. So T delta S. So what I will do here is, in place of delta S, so you already know, here I am writing separately, delta S is equal to Q by T, right? This one you know. Next, Q is equal to T delta S. Okay. Next, you know, G is equal to H minus Ts. So if you take dG by dt, G is equal to H minus Ts. dG by dt becomes equal to minus T delta S. dG by dt becomes equal to minus T delta S. So you substitute here that condition. So in place of delta S you can write, because this is the delta S is equal to Qp by T. What is Q? Heat content at constant pressure, Q. So here Qp is equal to T delta S. So H is enthalpy, is nothing but heat content at constant pressure. So that you can eliminate. So delta H is equal delta G is equal to delta H. This can be written as plus. Here we can write it as plus T into T by dt of delta G. So this one you can take it as, this is d by dt at constant pressure. You know, partial differentiation. Delta G is equal to delta H plus. So this is at constant pressure I am doing dG by dt at constant pressure. So then H term becomes 0, pressure term, because H represents heat content at constant pressure. So that can be taken as 0. So dG by dou G by dou T. Dou G by dou T at constant pressure is equal to minus T delta S. So in place of minus T delta S, sorry, okay. Now the equation becomes delta G is equal to delta H plus T into dou by dou T of delta G at constant pressure. So you consider this one as equation 1. Okay. Next, you already know delta G is equal to minus NF into E cell. This is equation 2. So from 1 and 2 equations you can write here, substitute minus NF E cell is equal to delta H plus T into dou by dou T into delta G at constant pressure. So this can be written as minus NF E cell is equal to delta H plus T into dou by dou T. Here in place of delta G you can write minus NF E cell at constant pressure. Next, minus NF E cell is equal to delta H minus NFT into dou by dou T at EMF of the cell at constant pressure. So next, finally, divide with NF factor on both sides. Divide with NF factor on both sides. What you are going to get? E cell minus E cell is equal to delta H by NF minus T dou by dou T of E cell at constant pressure. So after that, dou by dou T of E cell at constant pressure is equal to delta H by NFT plus E cell by T. This is third equation. So that is a relation. Especially for IIT students, they may ask the relations. And some more relations you can have it. Delta S is equal to minus of dou by dou T of delta G at constant pressure. How you got? You have to practice from thermodynamics. So that is equal to minus dou by dou T of minus NF E cell at constant pressure. This is also important. Finally, delta S is equal to NF into dou by dou T of E cell at constant pressure. At a constant pressure, that is in that manner, that is the relation. And so conclusion point, students, EMF of the cell is positive. When the EMF of the cell is positive, reaction that is occurs spontaneously in forward direction. Reaction occurs spontaneously in forward direction. That is important point. In forward direction. So it is a spontaneous. So EMF of the cell must always be positive only. Then only cell works. Suppose if EMF of the cell is negative, reaction occurs spontaneously in reverse direction. In reverse direction. And one more point you have to remember, EMF of the cell should not be negative. If the cell reaction is reverse, EMF of the cell, sign of the EMF of the cell changes. So always remember that if the reaction to be spontaneous in forward direction, EMF of the cell must be positive. EMF of the cell should not be negative actually. Okay students, next class we can discuss. Thank you.